In this video, we'll be going over our project and talking about a sample design approach for designing WordPress themes. For this course, we're going to be creating a theme for a fictional brand I created just for this course called Glasseye Creative, which is a community art center that offers free classes to the public. And when I create a theme for a new company or new brand, I like to think of breaking my design down into 3 different types of things. I like to think of it as custom page design, so what pages are going to have a unique design, what pages can be broken down into generic page templates, so I could use something like a full width layout or a 2-column layout and apply that to multiple pages as needed. And also what pages aren't going to use a custom design. They might use a page template combined with functionality that's pulled in from a plugin. So to do this, I look at my sitemap and I break it down into these 3 categories. So for example, I decided I needed these pages for my site, and I wanted my home page and my classes page to use a custom page design. And then from there, I went on to what pages might use a page template. So I decided that my contact and my about page might use a page template. So rather than designing pages for my contact and about page, I would design the actual page template that those pages would be using. This allows us to have a reusable design that we can apply to current pages in our sitemap and also pages that get added to the site in the future. The other pages in my site are probably going to be left up to plugins, meaning it's probably best not to waste a ton of time dedicating a specific design for these pages, because chances are we can't always predict exactly how a plugin is going to look or act. So I like to do that in the browser later in the process when I have a better idea of how that plugin is going to work with the rest of my theme. So here are my 2 custom page designs. On the left, I have the homepage design for Glasseye Creative, and then on the right, I have a classes page, which is just going to be a list of different classes that Glasseye Creative is currently offering. Then I went on to create the page template. So on the left, I decided I'd like a full width template that just takes up 100% width of the browser. And then on the right, I decided to create a 2-column template. And one thing that these templates are good for is it can help you plan out how your main content will look. Since we're creating this for a content management system, we want to make sure that we have a design plan for as many elements as possible. So on these pages, I like to add all of my heading levels, my main content, so I can do things like plan out a typography, grid, and hierarchy. And it's never a bad idea to add additional elements to this if you want to go ahead and plan out designs for things like tables and images with captions and things of that nature, so you already have a plan for that in place. The rest of it I decided would be saved for later, like I mentioned, when I use a plugin. So you can either wait to research a plugin and find one that works best with your theme as you're testing it, or I went ahead and I researched an events calendar that I wanted to use for my events page ahead of time. And I found a plugin called the Events Calendar, and it's really flexible, and I think it looks really great out of the box. So I think this will be great for my theme. I would just want to make some basic customizations as needed to make it fit in with my brand. In addition to your custom page designs, your page templates, and thinking about what things you want to break down and use a plugin for, I also want to think about different pages that we might not typically think about. So for example, we might want to go ahead and design pages for things like a 404 error in case a page can't be found, and make sure we have a plan in place for those pages as well. So now that we've talked about a sample design approach and gone over our pages we're going to create for our site, in our next video we're going to begin setting up our prototype.